Hey, welcome back to the CLINE Cast. This is episode 2, brought to you by Garrett, Derek, Jacqueline,
CLINE,
and what else?
Bellows Audio.
Bellows Audio.
Audio.
Actually, yeah, today's episode is sponsored by Bellows Audio. If you need in-ears,
New in-ears.
and not just like budget in-ears. If you
Right.
need like good in-ears,
Yeah.
you go to Bellows.
Yeah.
Extremely good price.
Unbelievable price.
They're really cool.
They're great.
We'll make a video about them.
Yep.
Show
feels
you.
like air in your ears.
Yeah.
Pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, their technology is pretty cool. Basically, they 3D print the ears instead of like doing like a hard acrylic mold, and they're molded to your ear. But like their technology is they put like a universal tip.
Yeah,
on the
like
end
if
of
you've
it.
gotten in-ears done before, you know how you got to go like to the second bend of your impression.
Yeah,
Well, mine takes like a right angle at the second bend, so it's really hard
would
for
be
me to.
complicated.
Garrett has
It's
weird.
pretty complicated.
Garrett has weird
And
little
so
ears inside there.
Their tips go to like the front of the first bend, and then it has like this little like rubber tip. It's kind of like a universal
And it
hybrid.
feels like air. Like
They
nothing's
do feel
in
really light.
Nothing's in
It
your
does.
ear.
They do feel light.
I put my other company's in-ears that I've had for a while to remain nameless.
Yeah,
And
the bad
couldn't
guys
believe
is
the
what we'll
bad
call
guys.
them.
I couldn't believe the like how light and like
Yeah.
no ear fatigue.
Yeah, I wore them all last week on our run with Rhett.
Yeah.
Days that we dreamed of tour. Week 2.
Week 2.
We'll get into that in a second. But I wore them every night, and it was crazy. I'm gonna look at you through the phone. It's crazy the amount of ear fatigue I did not have. I didn't even realize, like when you're like stuffing that hard acrylic in there
Yeah.
for a couple hours at a time.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Bellows Audio.
Bellows
you,
Audio,
You need
thanks
to check
for
them out.
Thanks for the hookup.
Thank
Yep.
you guys for partnering with us and helping us out.
Yeah.
Getting some good ears. Okay, we're back.
002.
002.
Episode 2.
Except
back.
for we missed a week in between. So we got a lot of recap.
No one knows.
well, now
we
they
missed a
know.
week.
Now they know.
It's
You
unbelievable.
You can cut it.
This is
Well,
an unedited.
the whole point of it, this is
This is an unhinged, unedited.
You guys, life is crazy.
Podcast.
Tour life is crazy. Sorry, it is what it is.
Is what it is.
Yeah, Jacqueline goes on one tour with Rhett Walker. She can't remember what day it is anymore. She can't remember. Is it Tuesday? She asked. I overheard her on the phone. We're driving a van, which has fun. Actually, been pretty fun. I'm pretty bougie and thought that there was just absolutely no way I could ever get back in a van again and travel. I need to be in a bus. And although the bus is cool and nice and all that stuff, it has been fun.
been
Being
really
a sprinter,
fun.
we're all
Very
together.
close.
Very close.
Very
I
close.
overheard Jacqueline on the phone talking to somebody. Part of what Jacq does at our church is she connects with people that are getting baptized or want to get baptized, right? Mm-hmm. A lot.
Or just
Like-
baptized.
Or just baptized.
Or
yeah.
they just got
connection.
baptized.
Connection person. And she we were sitting in the green room and she asked, it's like, yeah, so do you want to get baptized in the morning? This is Sunday night. And the person's like, I don't know what they said on the phone, but she's
were
like,
confused.
is it Sunday? What day is it? So, although we do baptisms on Monday mornings,
We do,
sometimes
see?
too, but it was
But
pretty.
But they
It
were
was
looking for
complete
the
confusion.
weekend.
Yeah.
they
Weekend
were
worship
Sunday.
experience.
Where'd we go, Garrett?
Man, this last run, we were in. We started out in Louisiana, Anacoco, First Baptist Church, Anacoco, Louisiana.
Near Shreveport.
Anacoco.
like that.
They were amazing.
They were.
Pastor
good
Chad,
night.
Pastor Brad there.
Yeah.
Really, really sweet people. Just awesome night. And then we went to Texas for 4 days. Let me tell you what I learned about Texas.
I learned a lot.
I've known a lot of people from Texas. I've been to Texas a
I
bunch
like
of times.
Texas.
I feel like we were with the real people of Texas.
We were with some locals.
We were like in between cities, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the first few days.
Yeah.
pretty
And we
awesome.
went to Austin, which Austin's weird.
Keep Austin weird.
Keep Austin weird. They're doing a good job
They're
of that.
doing a great job.
They're
But
keeping it weird.
the other Texas cities, I was like, oh, these people are from Texas and they love that they're from Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm
They
thinking,
are proud of being from Texas.
if I'm gonna move somewhere, it's either Georgia or Texas.
Yep.
I'm not
Amen. Say
Going
amen to
to.
that.
I can say amen to that. I'm not going to, but if I was going to, I think it would be a close, like Texas or Georgia.
Yep.
They're just, I don't know, they're just like my kind of people.
I fell
Texas
in love
is
with
nice.
Fort Worth.
You know, they say,
Fell in love with it.
yeah, they say money can't buy happiness,
I'd
but
like to see
money
me
can buy
try.
10 acres and a side by side.
Yeah.
And I saw some happy people with 10 acres and side by side.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you the problem with that saying is that a lot of us don't ever get to try.
Yeah.
See if it'll make you happy.
Let's figure it out for
Yeah.
ourselves. Don't
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
me.
So
Yeah,
I don't agree.
But,
I don't agree with that saying.
We went to Huntsville, Texas, which is where Sam Houston was.
That was awesome.
You may have seen Derek's video about stomping
We
Sam
always
Houston.
like going and seeing football stadiums and all that kind of stuff. And even small ones, big ones, I don't know. It's just a weird obsession I have. And we went and checked out Sam Houston. I guess the morning after the show in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this hat on. I had a Toppers
Decked
shirt
out.
on. I really wasn't thinking through that they'd be practicing. And so we rolled up, and there's these, defensive linemen are walking out of their facility, and it's just open. It's just like you can just stand there. And so luckily it didn't get beat up.
Yeah,
Didn't get hurt.
I was wanting Derek to go like interview some players. Like, hey, do you got time for a quick interview? Like in
would've
his
been
full top
great.
gear. I think we
I
might
don't-
not have had a show that night.
I don't
Yeah.
think it'll work. I don't think it'll work
And Derek
out.
did from the stage pray for the people in Huntsville.
You know-
He said,
I really think Rhett Walker would figure out a way to make an interview work.
well, Rhett don't care nothing about the Hilltoppers.
I'd like to put him in that position.
Well, he was like horns down and
He
In Austin.
straight
Yeah,
up
that was
was
funny.
everywhere.
we went
I
and
was
played,
nervous.
well, finish my story.
Yeah.
Derek got on stage, and like in the middle of our set, we have a moment. We just kind of introduce ourselves and say whatever. And Derek's like real serious, like I'm just praying for y'all. And because my Hilltoppers came down here,
They played, they played last Wednesday, and it was
like the week before.
It was a Thursday
yeah.
that we played in
Oh,
Huntsville.
that's right. That's
And I
right.
said, hey, I've been praying for y'all for a week now.
Yeah.
Since
Sounded real serious.
Since last Wednesday. And the room got quiet, and you definitely felt like people were going, man,
Wow.
incredible. That's,
How
gosh,
kind.
how intentional.
Yeah.
That's things Christians say, intentional. How intentional.
Thanks, Christians.
And sure enough, yeah, I hit him with that. Just wanted to make sure. And but the pastor, who was awesome there too,
Yeah.
said that their Wednesday night crowd was light
Yeah.
because the Bearcats are playing. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I went to church
Yep.
and then I went home and watched the game.
You went to
So-
church. The Toppers won. Some of his people didn't go to church, and Sam Houston lost.
Yeah, Bearcats lost.
I'm not saying God cares about the Conference USA, but
As Jacqueline says, favor ain't fair.
favor ain't fair, y'all.
Hey, but that's
Favor
why
ain't
I'm all
fair.
decked out today because we've got a Wednesday night game tonight
Yep.
Yep.
in Bowling Green, and so we got to hurry up with church. Get it over
I
with.
know.
We're still
So-
going to church.
Trying
So,
to figure
yeah,
out how
I'm-
we could get out of
We're
here.
going to we're going to church, and then I'm going straight to the game.
That's gonna
Hopefully
be
at
great.
halftime.
Just to say briefly on college football,
Yeah,
we went and played Top Golf in Austin,
that was awesome.
which was absolutely ridiculous. Derek was crushing us.
Yeah, this guy.
I know nothing about golf.
I've played golf like about a year, 13 months to be exact. Who's counting?
I don't play golf.
Rhett plays golf. Your dad was basically a pro golfer.
Well, no.
He was. He was
He was
semi-pro.
semi,
He was
yeah.
semi-pro.
That's close enough to pro for me.
That's closer than me. And Derek was killing everybody in Top Golf.
Well, I do
And
appreciate.
then-
I appreciate it, but I do want to throw in that I was using the whatever they call that driver, the sure thing,
the sure thing.
the Top Golf
driver.
exclusive.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure like Isaiah could have got up there and whacked the ball with that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But there at the end, I turned it on and beat him.
You did.
But I told that story to tell. To
You
say,
told it. Did you
I
tell
told
that
it.
story?
I told
told it.
I told that story to tell that Rhett was walking around going like flashing the horns down.
Golly.
And I was like, I don't
I just
I don't
kept
know.
wearing my sunglasses.
know we're gonna make it out of here.
They didn't
you know.
seem to really care.
They didn't care. They knew.
They know.
They know.
Welcome to the SEC.
Welcome to the SEC. Speaking of Oregon being number one. Well, I got a good story real quick. That's
Throw it.
not about tour.
Throw it
Okay.
on us.
Last night,
What?
I went with my friends Kurt Gibbs, who produces a lot of our music.
Yeah.
And our old friend Will Shackelford
Oh, nice.
to the PRS Artist Hang thing.
Oh, that's cool.
In Nashville.
Sounded bougie. I wish
It
I
was
would have
very
gone.
bougie.
Was it?
Well, I don't. I know the Nashville artist rep who hooked me up with a guitar. Shout out PRS. Got me a Silver Sky and got some friends of mine some guitars.
Yeah.
Which is great. I play it every night. It's awesome. I did not comprehend Paul Reed Smith was going to be there.
That's
So
pretty great.
I got
Who,
to
that's who
meet-
that was in your picture?
Yeah, I
That's
got
pretty
to
cool.
talk to Paul Reed Smith last night.
Pretty cool.
So we were chatting a little bit. He was so nice and told him a little bit of our story. You know, here's how I met the PRS guys, blah, blah, blah. Here's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
He's like, that's great. That's great. So went around,
Oh, I
saw
know
a few
what
other
you're getting at.
friends. Yeah, saw a few other friends that other guitar players in town. Jeff King, who I've done a couple sessions with, plays with Reba.
Nice.
Amazing person. He was there. Some of the Opry guitar players were there.
Cool.
Garth Brooks, lead guitar player, was there.
Oh, nice.
Like it was really cool. So Paul kind of like makes his way back around to us, you know, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna talk to him. I was like, I'm gonna get a picture of this guy. Like this is pretty awesome. So he took a picture of me, and I was like, hey, dude, we got to work on this PRS bass thing.
Oh, nice.
Not amused.
No.
He wasn't having it. He was like, we have basses. And then he started saying every single music bass
Wow.
jab joke that he could
Oh.
like
remember
remember from his entire life. One of them was like, what did the 71 IQ guy say to the 65 IQ guy? He said, how long you been playing bass?
That's
I was
funny.
like, okay.
Well,
and a couple drummer jokes too. But I did
well,
get to meet Paul Reed Smith.
That's pretty cool.
And I got a picture
and,
with him.
And it just is what it is. His basses aren't good.
They're just
so,
not.
So
They're
and I
not.
don't think he cares.
He
sounds
does
like
not
sounds like he
care.
doesn't care.
At all.
So anyway,
Because every hot guitar player
plays a Paul Reed
plays
Smith.
Paul Reed Smith.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Jerry McPherson was there.
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy.
This to
Yeah.
not get off on this deep end because nobody really cares about this. But even Jacq, you're out of the shot just a little bit. Move a little closer to Garrett. There you go.
Put your mic up in there.
It's just like Fender wouldn't even do what John Mayer wanted him to do.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
it's
This
just
guy.
like
Well, I was
what?
kind of nerding out because I was like, I'm talking to this guy who spent 3 years with John Mayer,
Right.
redesigning his own, like both of their ideas of what guitars were.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a innovator. And he spoke. He was like, it was super, just awesome. I almost didn't go because we just got home from Dallas like the night before,
Yeah.
and it'd been a long day.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I don't know, but I'm so glad I went.
That kind of stuff. I went
it's
to a WFL3 hang, kind of like that. Bill 3 was there. This was probably a year and a half ago. And I was the same, didn't want to go, and whatever. And those are like the most refreshing things.
Yeah.
Because you just get around guys and gals that that's just do what you do.
Yeah.
They get it.
You kind of get around your peers. It's
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
But I do need Bill 3, if you're listening, answer my email. I've been emailing that joker for like 3 months now, and they don't get back to
I
me.
don't
So
think he's
I
listening.
may not be on the roster list anymore.
Yeah,
the roster list.
I don't know. No, see,
Anyway,
find out.
there you go.
I mean, they're sitting right over there.
I do have that
Look
kit.
beautiful.
The
Sound
best
great.
kit. The best kit I've ever owned.
Man, what's so what's new? What's like your favorite tour story of the week? I got ahead of myself. I
don't think
the PRS hang.
I liked this week at all. Not kidding. Favorite tour story. So it was fun. It was funny that like these shows have been selling out basically, or almost selling out. We have a little app we can see the percentage of tickets sold.
Yeah.
There's not one night that hasn't been 85% or up, which is super cool. Except Austin, Texas. And we all knew, like, you go play in a bigger city, especially like Austin,
Yeah.
and you never know what's going to be. And it was our first dud of the tour. But it was a good show. I don't mean dud as in it was a bad show, but not a lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
So that was my least favorite part of the week, probably. The best part was probably walking around the stockyards in
Yeah,
Fort
that was
Worth.
Oh yeah.
So we played Billy Bob's a billion times. That's over there in our past life. And but I've never. Have you ever walked around there?
No,
I've
not like
never-
that.
I've
Yeah.
never walked
I usually
around like
walked
that.
out of the back of Billy Bob's, like where the bus parks, straight to Whataburger.
Yeah,
I never went the other way to
Where
like
was Whataburger? I didn't
it's
even
just
see
right
that.
up the hill from
yeah,
Billy
like
Bob's.
opposite where we were hanging out.
Oh, okay.
So I think Fort Worth. I think the stockyards are like real country to Broadway's pop country.
Oh yeah, that's very very.
It's
well
like
said.
cowboy
Yeah.
Broadway.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's
They got
pretty cool.
Wranglers, like you could just
Yeah.
smell the Wranglers and leather boots
It
everywhere.
was so good.
I'll say this about Austin. We had a great time. Had some friends there.
Yes.
That was
Austin was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, awesome was fun.
Charlie Daniels has this quote. Who I got a picture of him holding Kevin Isaac on the Opry, which
Yep.
was pretty sick. Before he passed
Before
away,
he passed,
he has this quote that you never play to the empty seats.
Right.
And like that's not a super spiritual quote. Like
No,
he's
no,
just
no.
talking about people and doing a show. But I think in what we do, it's like if there's 150 people there, it's like, yeah, the energy's different when there's not 500 people. I don't care if you're doing worship music or country
Whatever.
music or
Yeah.
rock music or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think those 150 people had a great night.
Yeah,
I think the
I think so
people that
too.
are supposed to be there are the ones that are supposed
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really
I
great.
do believe. I do agree
Um,
with that. It was
I just love that
a
quote.
shock difference
It-
from what the rest of the
like
shows have
just
been. Though.
the energy of the
And you know
people.
what? Like the room was so cool. I wish it
Yeah,
could
yeah.
have been more
Yeah,
full
it
just
was
to
a really
experience
awesome
the room
It was
better.
cool.
but-
church.
Yeah.
We played a couple places this week. Like our home church was a chapel in 1991 with 30 people in it. Explosive growth in the 90s and 2000s. So they're like we're like Lego building campuses attaching to, and we're landlocked and like we don't have all this acreage to build on. We're finally building this like basically fellowship hall that's big enough
Like
for us to actually eat in.
community
Well,
reach,
this
yeah.
this church, this other church, or two of the churches, but one specifically, like was gifted like 100 acres of land, and they got to like build their worship center as if they were going to use it for things like concerts.
Yeah.
And it was pretty
That was
amazing.
pretty cool.
I was like, oh, this is what happens if you get to build stuff with like
that the
with
prop
no
one?
restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
with us, it's like we can only have so much. Like our worship center could only be this wide.
Mm-hmm.
You could only have this much. Basically, no backstage. You only got this much room
It
for your
was well
baptistries.
thought through,
Like
all of
these
it.
people thought
Yeah,
they
about
thought-
what they
they
were
thought
doing.
it out.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so awesome. We just keep running into like I feel like a broken record, but we just keep running into such generous people.
It's almost like the church is across America. It's not just here in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really cool to see
It
the
is cool.
church. Everywhere you go to see the church and feel at home. It doesn't feel like, oh,
Yeah.
these people in this area of country are like this, and these people are like
Yeah.
this. It's like there is still like truth to the body of Christ is
Yeah.
one unit, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
And also, again, broken record. Rhett's just so unbelievable
Oh,
to be
dude.
out with.
Yeah, Rhett's the best.
I mean, he's just like, it's so great.
I think what's cool too is like a lot of places we're going like Huntsville's a college town, but Cameron, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the church in
Anacoco.
Anacoco,
Yeah.
yeah, Louisiana. They never get anything that comes to their towns,
Yeah.
Right.
and so when Rhett's tour comes through, they're all excited and like this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And like the whole community comes to the whole community comes to the show, and this is something special about that's really cool. Also in Cameron, did y'all eat that brisket in Cameron?
I did.
Somebody's.
And it was so good, but
Mess you up?
I
just
dealt
thought,
with it.
I thought it was so good.
It was so
but
good.
but the pastor's wife, this kept all night, and this is like 400
Yeah.
seat church sold out.
Yeah.
In Cameron, Texas, and they're just like they feel like we're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Like, you kidding me? We
Yeah.
we
This
got
is
to show up and
incredible.
play for people, and we
Yeah.
worshipped, and we had church, and we,
Yeah.
you know,
that night
That
was
was
the
awesome.
night that Rhett got the whole room on the
yeah.
stage, wasn't it?
Rhett had a funny, yeah, that was pretty fun. Rhett involved the entire crowd.
The
that
entire
night.
crowd.
That was pretty cool.
I was side stage. I walked to one room to get food, came back, and there's like 30 people on stage. And I'm like, what happened? I'm literally looking at Garrett across the room and like,
And I'm kind of
what
like.
is going on?
So he goes, "Hey boys, follow me,"
Yeah,
which is always like you literally don't know what's about to
That's
happen.
why you got to come out to one of these.
Like it's not an act.
That's why you got to come out to one of
It's
these shows.
different
'Cause
every
you
night.
literally never
Yeah.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So he calls everybody up, all these people up on stage, and he was like, "Hey, if you're a singer, I don't mean singer, like you sing in the shower and you're not good. If you can sing, come up on stage." Well, all these people come up
All
on
sorts
stage,
of people.
It was awesome.
and he starts singing these songs, and he goes,
And
he plays like the intro to "Friends in Low Places."
Yeah.
The whole crowd starts
Hey,
singing.
You
Everybody
would have
knew
thought. You would have thought we were playing Brandon Lake at a millennial church.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
They start
it
singing.
was.
So right before it gets to like maybe some less than Christian lyrics or whatever,
He cut it off.
he goes, "What?"
Well, no.
He like cut him off. It was like making fun of him, and it was
a good time.
Unbelievable.
So some of our friends that live in Texas right now were at that show. Remember Rocky and Terrell?
Yeah.
And Terrell had never seen the Rhett Walker,
Yeah.
in person. And she said it was the best time.
Yeah.
Like just how he interacted that
Yeah.
night, how off the cuff he was,
Yeah.
and like it was
You're
such a good
you're
time.
so out of the frame right now. I don't know how you got it so far out
He
again.
just keeps moving over there.
There you go.
Sorry.
Pull that mic a little closer to you.
Keep scooching.
We're learning how to podcast, everybody.
Hey,
You're
it's
on this
our-
journey with us.
It actually is
That's
our first
good, Jacq.
rodeo.
Yeah.
So
I also
Go
want to
ahead.
add. We've been playing Higher by Creed with
Yeah.
Rhett every night.
Yep.
Enough said.
yep.
It's freaking awesome.
I love it. I think it's
Gosh,
so great.
when Derek comes in with that drum and then it's so good. But also, random moment of Rhett when he pulled all the animal heads
Oh yeah, tell us
in the
about
middle of the
that.
show. So we're
Have
just,
we posted that video?
I think we posted something.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe Rhett
Anyways,
posted
we're
it.
at this incredible church, one of those churches where they really had like the space and energy to design their whole campus. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So in the back they have all these props, and they're just like animal heads. So we had like, what was it? Like you were a llama or something, and Derek was a chicken. He
I had
had
a
a
chicken.
Pretty sure I
dog.
was a goat.
A goat?
Were you a goat
I don't know
thought
what
it
you
was a
were.
goat.
or a lamb? A lamb.
So I think
Backstage
it
of the
was a
church,
lamb.
a lamb would make more sense.
Yeah, I don't think that there was a goat.
Well, nothing we had made sense.
That's true.
So, yeah, that's true. So, Rhett, being Rhett, just looking around, finding toys, he finds these heads, and he's got this grand idea that during the set, everybody's going to put these animal things on. And that's exactly what happened.
Unbelievable.
During Higher.
Yeah, we did it during
It
Higher.
was great.
You know what's funny too when we play Higher? When Rhett sent me the stems, like to put in our Ableton set for this tour, because we're playing. We play as CLINE. Garrett and I help like back Rhett on some of his set, and I was like, "There's no way we're gonna play this song." I thought it was awesome. Butt Rock is
Yeah.
my favorite, and people when it like kicks in, people go nuts.
Yeah.
They think I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just
Creed's
funny.
back.
Creed is back.
Creed is back.
It's a whole thing.
That's
Go
fantastic.
Creed.
So I thought maybe we could talk about one thing, because I feel like this is only our second episode, but I feel like we always gotta have one moment where we just totally make fun of Jacqueline.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And I just thought maybe we could have Jacqueline talk about her journey she's been on learning how to pack for tour.
No,
Because what no one sees, Derek, you don't even see this.
I don't.
In reverse, when we get home from tour,
Okay.
Jacqueline's bag, I take it to the bedroom, or it doesn't get there. Okay? So I take it to the bedroom, and then you gotta set on it to get the zipper to work, to come around,
That
It
thing,
doesn't start like that, though.
her bag was sweating.
Her bag is sweating. Then the next stage is it's open on the floor. Then maybe a day or two later, things are just on the floor.
It
Then
was quicker this time around.
so say we're leaving on Tuesday at 1.
Oh, Lord.
That's when
Tuesday about noon, everything starts getting stressy,
Yeah,
and we gotta throw everything in the washer.
it's like 2 minutes.
And
in
I'm
the last
like,
quarter.
you've known since June that we had a tour run this week.
Yeah,
And
I'm surprised you do that because
What?
you're kind of OCD, like I am too.
I normally pack before. Like, it starts days before. Does it not?
it's a journey.
It's a journey.
But it's a journey after the fact too. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Coming back
It's
around.
interesting this past year of my life how, I've become okay with messes.
That's true.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it's just because we don't have time. Like, and I just want to be with my kids. Like,
Yeah.
when we're home, I want to be with my kids. So I'm not, like,
Right.
trying to obsess about the dishes or whatnot.
Yeah.
Kids have really changed that. And then just touring has changed it.
I can't do that though. I have to like as soon as I walk in, I unzip my bag, throw my dirties in my dirty hamper, like stuff I didn't wear, whatever. Put shoes back up. I have to have it like that, or I
Well,
won't.
Well, that brings me to my next point.
That is what I prefer to do.
So
But I get home and I have kids that have dirty underwear.
that's true.
Yeah.
and I don't
No,
have chicken
I
for
don't
dinner
have-
that night.
That's
That's
true.
true.
So
So,
I don't
like,
have that problem.
Mom gets the end of the line.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the beginning of the line, I was thinking back to our very first.
Oh gosh.
Run this
I
year.
had no idea what I was doing.
Jacqueline had not only our biggest suitcase, but also borrowed a friend of ours' biggest suitcase. They were both overweight.
We were
Couldn't-
gone for 20 days.
Okay, hold on. Couldn't fly them. Couldn't
I
check them
remember.
to get back home. Had to leave them in the van, and the driver drove them home. We flew without luggage.
I remember
home.
I left my favorite pair of Lululemon shorts in the hotel
Oh, yeah, on
The
the
that
day we
ride.
flew back home.
Yep.
That's sad.
Yep.
They don't make them anymore.
They don't make them.
Oh.
So Jacqueline's gotten better and better.
Yeah,
One night,
she's down to one normal.
one
size.
normal
Yeah,
suitcase. Now it's
it's
sweating,
pretty good.
as you said.
It is sweating.
I don't even do the extender.
You
I just
should.
make it
That's what
suck
it's
in.
for.
Maybe that you should use the
That zipper's
extender.
gonna go.
So
You ever seen a
It makes
can
me
of
feel
biscuits?
better.
You know when you open
Yeah.
up a can of biscuits?
So like, but maybe this is telling too much information. But finally one night she's like, how do you pack so light for tour? And I was like, we're gonna see a different 500 people tomorrow night than we saw tonight.
Yeah.
They're not, all these people aren't coming. I put the same outfit
Same
on
thing.
right
Do
before
you not
we start.
sweat?
Not really. I mean,
Gosh,
I wear the
sweat.
same. I wear the
Every
same
night.
one or two things.
yeah, the whole run. And she's like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know this was a thing people didn't do.
I'm like
Yeah.
packing
I
5
just
pairs
kinda-
of shoes for each night of the
No,
week.
Yeah, it's like I kind of have my daytime clothes. I have a backup daytime
I
clothes.
still have backup.
Yeah, but you basically bring 2 daytime outfits, 2 show outfits. If you, this in case you want to
Yeah.
mix it up.
Just in case you need to put your boots on in
But-
Texas. you know?
Exactly. Which I did.
I did that this time, but I still somehow packed like 3 extra outfits. But it was my least amount.
It was the lightest
This is
suitcase we've
I'm
had
getting there.
thus
It
far.
takes time.
It was
That's
good.
great.
Takes
Yeah.
time.
Packing's hard because the other thing, it is hard. They're laughing, but it's hard because like you never know. Like you're gonna wear the same Crocs every day, but what if I wanted my Jordans too?
Literally, that's
My
my
2
problem.
pairs that I
get it.
it's hard.
I didn't have my Crocs this time, and I was really mad. about
Yeah,
it.
basically, and it even gets worse with a bus. You think when you're traveling on a bus, you're like, I just got all this room, and like I can bring. It's like you still like you're barely gonna slip. It's the shoes and shorts and shirt of least resistance.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what you'll wear it all day
Yeah.
till an hour before showtime. You'll get ready for the show.
Put your long pants on.
and then you'll get done with the show and you'll put that same outfit back on. And next thing you know, you're home.
Is that all you got?
That's all I had
That's
to say
good.
about that.
That's all
Well,
you got?
It was a great run.
It was a great run.
Next run, we're in Arkansas and Tennessee. Starts in, I think, Rogers, Arkansas.
We're going to Rogers, Arkansas. We're going to Piggott, Arkansas.
Yep.
Which
Oh,
we've been there.
We've been there
We went there last
on the
summer.
summer run.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Was that our first stop?
Yep.
So
That was
Piggott, Arkansas.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This was kind of nuts. So we signed on to tour with Show Ops, which is the promoter that's doing the Rhett tour too, but all the summer stuff we did. And we were paired with Alexander Pappas and Cade Thompson. And never had met. No, we had met Cade
Okay,
one
met
time.
Cade
we did
one
a
time.
show a couple weeks before.
Yeah, that's
with him,
right. We did meet Cade one time before.
It was sweetie.
Super briefly. You love Cade so
I
much.
love
don't you?
Cade. I'd love Pap too.
I know, but you love
I
Cade.
love Cade.
Yeah. Pap's the reason we got coffee problems. But so we meet
Does
each
Pap
other.
answer y'all's texts?
sometimes.
Nah, he doesn't mind it.
In
I
our
FaceTimed him.
group,
He
in our
played
group
in
when he did.
he
I'm
played in
kidding.
Kentucky last week, and I FaceTimed him.
Oh,
And
cool.
he
And he was
answered.
like, answered, be like, hey, I'm walking on stage. And I was like, well, why'd you answer?
Why'd you answer
So anyways,
then?
I'll catch up with him. So we meet up. Actually, we Zoom. And we're all on the Zoom with like all of our managers. And everybody's like, all right, I guess we're doing this. We have no rehearsal. We get in a Sprinter van
Golly.
and start driving toward Piggott, Arkansas from Nashville, which is about a 4-hour drive, I think, from Nashville.
It went too bad, yeah.
4 or 5 hour drive. And then we stop at Panera Bread on the way. And Pap kind of like came out as the leader.
He led us.
Like he kind of was like the alpha of the group of alphas. You know, there's plenty of alpha going on up in this. The CLINEs alone, there's enough alpha.
He has a lot of reps.
Yeah, he's got a lot of
We
reps.
could trust his
So-
direction.
He's been leading us in worship for 15
Golly.
years, you know.
Yeah.
And so we get to this Panera Bread and we're like, all right, let's make a set list. So we were like, we're going to make a super band. We
That's
make a
awesome.
set list. You know, it isn't like CLINE, then Cade, then Pap. It's like all of our
on stage
songs intertwined.
together. Yeah.
We listened to the songs we were going to play on
On the
Spotify.
way there.
Yeah.
Got there, set up, played the night.
Yep.
Like did the night of worship, 2-hour set.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, how long have y'all known each other? Y'all been playing together a
Like
long time?
4 hours.
And it's like, well,
We've
we
known each
actually
other
made
for
this
4
set list
hours.
4 hours ago. And the rest is history. That was a pretty unbelievable tour
That
And
was-
experience.
that
was
was
wild.
Piggott. And that's
And
where
that's-
we're going
and
back.
we're going back to
Piggott.
Piggott.
We're going
That'll
to
be
Piggott.
fun.
We're also going to Drummond's, Tennessee,
Yeah.
which is right outside of
That's
Memphis,
near Memphis, yeah.
Yeah.
which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some Central Barbecue that day.
That'd be good.
We're also going to Missouri.
We are going to Missouri.
Where?
on
Do you
tonight.
know where?
Piedmont.
That sounds right.
I'm very unprepared. I should have my tour
Well,
list
I
here.
should have had mine up too. Basically, what you need to know
Can we overdub? We're
is
going to...
basically what you need to know. Days that we dreamed of tour, the fall edition, I should say, is I'm not pointing to anything. I'm just saying the fall
That
edition,
little nod there.
and with 2 more weeks.
Yep.
That's the next run. The run after that's all Florida dates. We'll talk about those in the next podcast.
Yeah.
You can go to our Instagram. You can go to Rhett's Instagram. You can go to our website.
Website.
You can go to Rhett's website. Blah blah blah.
There's so many places.
There's
to
so
get
many
tickets.
places we're gonna post where you can get tickets, but they are. I can't believe I'm saying this. They are selling out.
Yeah.
So if you want to come, you
Go
should
get your
probably go
ticket.
ahead and try to get them
Get them tickets.
because it's just crazy. People are coming out.
Well, I think it just is a testament to Rhett.
It is
Like
yes.
he's got such a solid fan base,
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yep.
there's just no frou-frou.
No,
There's just no.
it's the best.
I don't know how to say it other than there's just no bull crap. It's just we're here. We're gonna worship Jesus. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we were talking about Rhett. I feel like we just briefly met him, but I just feel like we're family
Yeah.
with him and his wife too. Even though we haven't even really hung out with April, but he was telling April, he's like, we've all done bigger stuff and sexier tours and all this, and he was like, I think this is the most fun we've ever had
Absolutely.
on a tour, and I agree,
Yeah.
100%. So
Absolutely.
it's fun and it shows on stage every night.
Yeah.
And it's not just fun though. Like you said, there's like some thick Holy Spirit
Oh.
theology
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's written some incredible songs, and like "Man on the Middle Cross," even
Unbelievable.
"Believer."
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, people will pass over songs that were big radio songs,
Yeah.
CCM songs, just because everybody knows that vibe. Everybody gets that vibe. Dude, when we hit the bridge of "Believer" every night last week,
It's a worship moment.
people stand up and
Yeah.
are like shouting.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it is
Yeah.
a worship song.
And that just goes to show you, like, Nashville doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
Like
I'd take it a step
they
further.
stick Believer. Yeah, careful.
Let's stay there. Let's stay there.
They don't know nothing.
I ain't got nothing on it.
No, I just think like a song like Believer, because it premiered, like it went down Christian radio route.
Yeah.
Like most worship pastors aren't picking that song and putting it in their worship set list. And like, that's a worship song.
They should.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I think
Yeah.
we got to be careful. You know,
Yeah,
especially
we do.
like when we're picking worship sets. It's like
Yeah.
we leave out some really great, well written
Yeah.
rich songs,
I agree.
just because the way God chose to present that song was through the
Went
radio.
through the Elevation album.
Yeah,
There I said it.
yeah. If it's not on the Elevation album, we can't play it.
Yeah.
I love Elevation.
I do too. And we
It's
play
all
their songs.
incredible. But it's
Yeah.
like we shouldn't just play the new Bethel record,
Yeah.
or just the new Elevation
Yeah.
record, or
There's-
just the new Passion record.
There's a
I didn't mean for that to be a hot take. That was
No, that
actually
was a
just
good-
to
that was a good
compliment
take. That
Rhett
was a
and his
good take.
songwriting.
no. We love Rhett,
Yep.
and we're pumped to be on the road with him.
Yep.
Any last thoughts for CLINEcast episode 002?
Well, we're actually about to record a podcast interview with our friends at Nashville Vans.
Sweet.
So I'd like to shout out Nashville Vans
Nashville
and
Vans.
be looking out for that.
Hey.
We'll post that when that comes out. I don't have a release date on that yet.
Yep.
They've been taking care of us.
But they've been taking really
They
great
have
care of
been.
us. I wish we would have had them 10 years ago.
Me too.
You know,
They set us up, y'all. They set us up in like the nicest Sprinter vans,
Yeah.
and
and make it very affordable.
make it affordable. And
Yeah.
like, don't
I don't know-
They don't like they're this super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's this perception. I don't. All I know is me. So I don't know if there's like this money perception of like tour. Like just because you're touring, that means you're rich.
right.
Like in fact, like 99% of people are just making ends meet.
There's 3 testimonies right here. Amen.
Amen, church. but we're eating, like we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
But Nashville Vans makes it possible for you to
Be
there to actually
comfortable.
on the
Yeah.
road without taking all your money and going in debt for a
Right.
van or
Yeah.
going in
Right.
debt for a bus or like
Or having to be in like a really crappy.
or
situation.
unsafe,
Or
like where you're
unsafe
breaking down
situation.
every 600 miles.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I just wanted to shout out them. I'm really thankful
Yeah.
for them.
No. Shout out
Nate and
Nashville
all
Vans.
the people
Yeah.
there.
That's true.
They're really great.
Yeah.
We'll be back trying to have a special guest next time.
I hope it works
Little,
out.
little short interview.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it just in case it's not next time and it's the next time.
The next time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who it is, but
Well,
looking
Jacqueline
forward.
said it at the first of this. We are doing this bi-weekly.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a pretty much a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah.
I think we'll need to run back the Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee
We will.
shows next week, and then
Yeah.
we'll see you in the fall, and then by the end of November we should be making a spring announcement.
Yep.
Oh.
Little cliffhanger there.
Nice. Little cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I hate cliffhangers.
Okay. Well, you know. All right.
Leave
Y'all
it.
want to do that
Leave
song?
it. What
yeah.
song?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Jack,
song?
ready? The one
No,
we're
wait,
talking
wait,
about.
wait. I don't know
One,
which we're doing.
2, 3, 4.